So we're back to the marine phase. Now, with Hudson being knocked down, he can get... with Hicks being knocked down, he can get up in the next alien phase. So he is not allowed up yet. But I have this special card. Stand up any one knocked down character. So I'm going to use that. And it goes in the exhaust pile. To use it, I need to use 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So I stand up Hicks. And before I go any further, I remember to knock up everybody's aim, or knock down everybody's aim. So with Hicks back up now, he may draw a card if he wishes to. Our cards are getting kind of light, so I'm not going to draw a card. Instead, I'm going to have Hicks fire upon this alien. So he shakes 1 dice, needing 7. And I shook an 8. Wow, that is not good. So I remove a card from our endurance and knock down his tracker. His second action, he's going to try again, needing a 6. So he shakes... he expends a card and he shakes a dice, needing 6 or less. 5, he manages to kill one. So he kills one of this big pile here. Like so. Now, because it's full auto, he can fire again. But I have to remember to knock his dial now down to 5. He is going to fire again, so another card, shake a dice. I shook a 4, so that's less than 5, so I kill an alien. Whoa. And knock his tracker down to 4. So he can carry on firing now if he wants to. No guts, no glory. He's going to try. So he's going to spend another card. And he shakes. And he needs a 4 or less. And I shook a 5, so he failed. So that would be the end of Hicks's turn. But he can activate 2 grunts. So he is going to activate, first of all, Hudson. And Hudson is just going to open fire. So it costs him 1 card. And he hits on a 6. I shook a 7. So his aim goes down to 5. And he shoots again with his second action. And he needs a 5 or less. And he hits with a 4. So he kills this alien and knocks his tracker down to 4. So he can carry on firing now if he's got line of sight, which he does. He can catch the edge of that one with the edge of his one. So he could shoot at this one with a 4. He's going to try. And I need a 4 or less. And I shook a 10, so he missed, and his dial goes down to 3. So with Hicks's next grunt order, he's going to order... Now he can't order Newt to run because we haven't got control of Newt yet. So he's going to order Ripley. Now Ripley is going to try and persuade Newt, so she needs 4 or less. And she got a 1. She managed to persuade Newt to join her. So we get Newt's card in our team. Now with her second action, what's Ripley going to do? Ripley is going to move 1, 2. And she'll stay there for us. So that's both of her actions. And I've activated both people with Hicks. So I go over to the next player. There isn't one. So I can activate them as I wish now. So I am going to activate Newt. And she's going to run like crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she'll stop there. Now Newt, even as a grunt, has got a passive ability. When she takes a rest action, you may recycle an additional card. So instead of just recycling 3 cards, she can recycle 4, which is really useful. So we recycle 4 cards from the exhaust deck and put them back under the endurance deck. So basically we're giving 4 pulse rifle shots or 2 shots with the Vasquez's smart gun back into the deck. So next we're going to activate Gorman. Gorman is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to fire at the xenomorph. So we expend a card. Gorman's shot is 4, and I shook an 8. So I missed, and I knock his tracker down. So that's him done. And we've got Vasquez and Frost. Okay, we're going to do Frost. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now Frost has got a flamethrower, so he can't actually shoot. He can only shoot 2 squares away with it. So he has 1 action left, and he is going to rest also, because he can't really do much else to help, but he can recycle some cards. So he recycles 3 because he's a grunt. Next, we got Vasquez. Now Vasquez is going to fire, obviously, so she expends 2 cards. And she shakes 2 dice, hitting on 6s. So she had a 2 and an 8. So the 2 hits and kills that alien. I lower her aim tracker, and she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the end of the marine phase. We don't have to worry about the tracker anymore, so don't worry about that from now on. And we're over to the alien phase. Now the blips get to move. First of all, the aliens get to move. So this alien attacks Hicks, and Hicks has got a defense of 6. There's no standees under it, so it is just a straight up 6 or less. I shake a 2, which is actually under his melee of 3, which means he manages not only to defend it off, he manages to kill that alien. Next, this alien attacks Hicks. Now they haven't moved, so I can't do any defensive fires, but I need 6 or less to hit it. I shake a 1. So again, he's managed to kill another alien. So he's just bare knuckling these aliens and killing them outright. So next, we move the blips. So this blip is the only blip on the board. It moves 1. Wow. Okay. So next, we draw 2 cards from the motion tracker. So it says, recycle 1 card, false alarm. So we place that on here, and we can recycle 1 from the exhaust pile to under the endurance pile. Next card, place 1 blip on 1. Well, it's always on 1, isn't it? So it comes here, we immediately reveal it as 4 aliens. So we grab 3 standees and an alien. And we look at the text. It says, exhaust 1 card for each character within line of sight of this blip. Oh, wow. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards we have to exhaust because they're in line of sight of it. So that's really tore through our endurance deck. And it'll be over to the marine phase. So we need to knock everybody's trackers up to their starting or down to their starting numbers. Then it's Hicks's turn. First of all, he's going to shoot and then he'll move. So he shakes a dice, expending a card. And he shakes a 7 or less. And I shook a 10, so he missed. And for his second action, he's going to move. So he can move 1, 2, 3, 4. Activate Ripley. So Ripley's going to do the same. She's going to shoot, expending a card at this group. And she hits on a 5 or less. She gets a 4, so I lower her aim tracker and kill an alien. So she could shoot again if she wants to, and she will. She's going to expend a card and needs 4 or less. She failed. So she's going to move with her second action. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, Hicks will get Hudson to move. Hudson will fire, first of all. And Hudson is hitting on a 6, expending 1 card. Hits on a 6. He shakes a 1. So he did well. I lower his aim dial and I remove an alien. So he could hit on a 5 if he wants to. He's going to try. It's worth it. A 50-50 chance. And he shakes and hits on a 3. I lower his dial and he's killed yet another alien. So for his next action, he is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it would be over to the next player. There is no other player, so it's over to me again. So I'm going to activate Frost. Frost is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to rest to recycle 3 cards. Next, Gorman. Gorman is going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to recycle 3 cards also by resting. So next we have Vasquez. Vasquez is going to go 1, 2, 3. And then she's going to aim. For the alien phase, activate alien. So this alien is going to charge 1, 2, 3, 4. But because Matt had to run to Hicks, he's going to get to, first of all, do some defensive fire. But also, any player within 4 of the alien will also get to do defensive fire. So Vasquez and Ripley would also be able to shoot at this one if Hicks misses. So we expend a card, as usual, and we shoot. He hits on a 6. I shook a 7. He missed, so I knock his tracker down. Next, Ripley will have a shot. So she's going to expend a card. And I shake the dice. And Ripley needs... If I can find Ripley. She needs a 4 or less. I shook a 6, so she also missed. I knock her aim dial down. So we get to Vasquez, and I expend 2 cards. And she shakes 2 dice, needing 7s, because she took an aim. And I shook a 9 and a 2. So she hits, and I lower her tracker and remove the alien. So that's all the aliens off the board. So we go over to blips. Now this blip is going to move, so it moves 5. So it gets in contact with the barricade. So the alien needs to shake a 4 or higher to break the barricade down. I shake a 2, it doesn't manage to break the barricade, which is brilliant, so that's holding it up a little bit. But now we're over to the motion tracker phase. So I place 1 on 4 of all our spawning spots. That's probably the one we're least worried about at the moment. And it says, players must either discard 1 barricade in play or place a second blip on spawn point 1. Okay, I think we'll take the placing a spawn on spawn point 1, and it's 1 alien. Wow, that's really lucky. So for our second card, place 1 on 1. Okay, so place a blip here, and it's 2 aliens. So we grab a standee and place an alien on top. And the text says, players must either discard 1 barricade in play or place a second blip on point 1. I say we'll get rid of that barricade. I don't think we want more aliens appearing by there for now. So we'll get rid of the barricade. So then we go over to the marine phase again. And we flip all their dials back to their starting aims. So activating Hicks first. Hicks is going to 1, 2, 3, 4. So he gets here, and he's going to recycle 3 cards from the deck. And he can gain 2 cards from the top of the deck because he's the hero. So 1 card, and we've hit the reshuffle. So we need to shuffle all the cards under there back to the top of the reshuffle on our endurance. So I picked up 2 cards. So he gets an Ithaca 37 shotgun, which he can use as a defensive weapon, which would be pretty good as a backup weapon. And he gets an event, if I can get it with my other hand, which says reveal a card and then choose another character. They immediately take an action. Your character immediately takes an action or draw 2 cards from the exhaust pile. So this is a good card to play. So we're going to keep that in our hand for now. And then it's over to his grunts. So he is going to order... He's going to order Newt to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And get it to recycle 4 cards. Putting them back under the pile. And then he's going to get Ripley to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because Ripley is in line of sight with this alien, and it's standing next to the door, she reveals that there are 2 aliens there. Thinking that there's going to be quite a bit of shooting going on, she is going to rest and recycle 3 cards back into the deck. So next it will be handing over to the next player, but there is no next player, so we go over to Frost. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, and just stop there and recycle 3 cards back into our deck. So as you can see, we're keeping our endurance deck quite healthy, and we've only got 1 card actually in our discard, which is really good. Next we're going to move Vasquez. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, and she's going to open fire, expending 2 cards. She hits on 6s, and I shook 2 7s, so she missed, and I knock her tracker down. That's not what you wanted. So next we have Gorman. Gorman is going to rest to raise it by another 3 cards to put it back in there. And I think we've probably done all the resting we probably need to do now. But he's also going to fire at this alien, needing a 4. He missed, expending a card and lowering his tracker to 3. So next we've got Hudson. Hudson is going to fire. So he needs a 6 to hit. And I shook a 6. So I lower his dial to 5 and I remove one of the aliens. So I'll remove that one. So is he going to fire again? 2 damn right ears. So he spends another one. And he needs a 5 or less. And I shook a 1. He kills yet another alien. And his tracker goes down to 4. Yeah, he'll recycle 3 more cards, just for the hell of it. 1, 2, 3. So we got a really healthy looking deck now. Over half of our cards are still in the endurance deck, so that's good. So, next action. Next phase, we go over to the alien phase. Alien activation. So we're going to start with this one. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and fall short. This one is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it gets to him. Now there's only one person who can do any cover fire, and that's Ripley, because Frost can't do cover fire. So Ripley expends a card, and Ripley is hitting on 5s. So come on, Ripley. And she shook a 10. She missed, and I lower her tracker down. So Frost is getting attacked. There's 1 token under it. So Frost's defense is 4. So I need 3 or under, to save Frost. And I shook a 1. So not only does he manage to block it, but he manages to kill one of the aliens, which is brilliant. He beats it with the flaming flamethrower. So that's the alien's turn. So it's over to blips. So this blip here moves 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we gonna do our motion tracker. 1 blip on 3. Well, we're pretty much past 3 to not really worry about that too much. If the spawn point already has a blip or an alien, move the blip 4 spaces. It didn't. And, oh, an easy one. We like easy. Place 2 on 2. Well, I don't really see that as easy, to be honest, but okay. So we place 2 on 2 and flip them over. So we've got a 2 and a 4. Ouch. As they try and block our exit. If there is 1 or more hazard cards in the discard pile, well, we know there is because that was the one that we had to discard, wasn't there? Yep. Randomly select 1 hazard card to shuffle back into the exhaust pile. Okay, so we put that there, and that has to be randomly inserted back into that pile. And then we'd be going back over to marine phase, so we have to set all our trackers back all the way to the starting numbers. Hicks is going to move. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he's going to blast that alien there. So he has to expend a card. And he hits on a 7+. I shake a 1, so he's actually hit. And I lower his dial. He's going to shoot again, hitting on 6s now. And I just shook a 6, so he kills another one, knocking his dial down to 5. He's going to expend another one while he's got a 50-50. He's going to have a go. And I shook a 4, so he's killed another one. And I lower his dial to 4. Now that's all he's going to do. He's not going to move anymore. And I'm going to activate Ripley. Ripley's going to go 1, 2, but she has to stop because she's coming adjacent to that one. And she's going to fire at this alien. So she expends a card. And she needs a 5 or less. She shook a 4, so I lower her dial, and she just killed this alien. On a 4, I don't think she is. No, she's not. She's definitely not. So that was his first force action. The next one he's going to force is... He's going to force Hudson to move. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And he's going to fire at that alien for his second action. So he's going to hit on a 6. And I shake a 2. So I expend a card. And I knock his track down to 5. And he's killed that alien. So he's also going to fire at this one. So he's going to expend a card. And he hits on 5s. And I got a 9, so he missed. Next, we're going to move Gorman. Gorman's going to step back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to fire at this alien. So he uses a card, hits on a 4, and he missed. I lower his tracker. So next we've got Vasquez. So she's going to expend 2 cards. And she shakes 2, hitting on 6s. And she got double 2, so she hits. I lower her tracker. It kills an alien. She's got 1 action left, so she's going to move. 1, 2, 3. She's going to have to stop there. So we're going to move Newt. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Newt's run off down the corridor away from the aliens. As she ran past that door, she would have revealed what was in here, which is 3 aliens. And then it would be over to the alien phase. So, as usual, we move aliens first. So this alien's going to come running at Hicks. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Hicks gets a defensive fire. And he's hitting on 4s. And I shook a 1, so he's blasted one of those aliens away. And I lower his tracker down to 3. He's not going to do any more defensive fire. But Ripley is going to have a go, so she'll expend 1. And she hits on a 4. And I shook a 3, so I lower her dial, and she kills the last alien in that group. So we're over to these ones. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, and they're going to run at Gorman. So Gorman will have defensive fire, so he uses a card, and he's hitting on 3s. And he gets a 1, so he manages to kill one of the aliens. And I lower his tracker down to 2. But with the pistol, he can expend another card, and he can have another shot. And it's always at 3, so he may as well try. And he shakes a 5, so he missed, but no surprise there. Now Ripley could have defensive fire, and so can Hicks. So they're both the same, actually. They're both hits on 3. So we go with Ripley. She's going to shoot, and she missed with a 10. So we lower her aim to 2. And we have a go with Hicks. Hicks will have a shot, hitting on 3s. And I got a 1, so he kills one of the aliens. And his aim goes down to 2. Now, we've hit the reshuffle. So we shuffle these cards back and place them on top. Now Hicks could shoot again, but he's only going to hit on 2s. No, I'm not going to do it. No. So that's that. So the alien gets to attack Gorman. Now Gorman has a defense of 4. There's no standees under it, so I need a 4 or less. And I shook a 2. He managed to defend himself. His melee's 1, so he doesn't manage to kill 1-0. There are no blips. There are no blips on the board. Therefore, we go straight over to the motion tracker, and look, it's a hard one. Place 2 blips on 3. Oh, there was blips here. I didn't notice these blips. Okay, it moved 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, place 2 blips on 3. And the text says, place a tunnel token in a square that is in with line of sight and next to the character. Oy. Okay, so a tunnel is just broken out under Ripley's feet, or next to Ripley's feet. So we place that by here. Reveal a card. Alright, so we have to reveal a card. So we look, and it's an event, so we put that one back bottom of the recycling. And what does an event mean? Event means place 2 blips on the tunnel token. Ah, wow. So we have 2 blips on 3. Did we do that? Yes, we did that. And then 2 blips on the tunnel token. So we flip them over. So there's a 3 and a 2. And that was the first motion tracker card. So the next one, place 2 blips on 3. That was 3, wasn't it? Yep. So we place another 2 blips as near as we can. So there. Each character in line of sight of these. Right, there's no one in line of sight, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're over to Marine Phase, so we stack our trackers back to their starting values. So first of all, we start with Hicks. He can draw a card if he wants to. I don't think I will, because we're running quite low again, even though I was just saying how good we were doing. But he is going to shoot, and he's going to shoot at this one here. So he expends a card, and he's hitting on 7s. I shake a 2, so he kills one of the aliens. And his tracker goes down to 6. He's going to expend another card to shoot again. And he misses. He's going to use his ability to exhaust that card and shake that again. Hitting on... That was a dice flying across the room. Hitting on 6s. And I get a 5. So I kill another one. And his tracker goes down another one. So he's still using his first action. So using another action, he's going to fire again, hitting on 5s. And I shake a 1. He's killed another one. And his tracker goes down to 4. Ooh, does he fire again? I think we're going to need to. So he's going to expend a card. And he's hitting on 4s. And he shakes a 10, so he's missed. So that was his first action. He was firing all those with his first action. So with his second action, what's he going to do? Right, he's already in adjacent to him, so he can keep moving as long as he doesn't touch another alien. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So he didn't come adjacent to any other aliens, so you can break away, but you cannot. Once you come into contact, you have to stop. So he's going to group activate... He's going to group activate Ripley. So Ripley is obviously going to fire. She expends 1 card and hits on a 5. She gets a 2, so she kills one of these. And I knock her tracker down to 4. She's going to expend another card. And she's shooting and hitting on 4s. She missed, it goes down to 3. So that was her first action. Her second action is going to be much the same as Hicks's. Going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to stop there. Next is Hudson's turn. Hudson is going to move. 1, 2. Now, he goes there. 1. And he comes adjacent to him, so he has to stop. And for his second action, he's going to fire. Hitting on 6s. He shook a 9, so he missed. Wow. Okay. So that was both of his actions. Next, we're going to move... Do you know what? I'm going to show you what the flamer can do. So, Frost is going to move 1, 2, and he's going to shoot with his flamethrower here. So he can shoot any square within 2. So he's going to shoot at this square, and he hits everyone adjacent. So that means these aliens are both going to get hit. So he expends 2 cards to shoot, and every alien has to roll and gets hit on a 7. So I'm lowering his dial, And then we shake for this alien. 3, it's been burnt. We shake for this alien. 5, it's been burnt. So it's a very good, efficient weapon, but it hasn't got a defensive fire, so that's its downfall a little bit. But that's Frost's turn. So we go over to Vasquez and Gorman. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to rest. Now I know I could run off the board here, but I'm trying to protect them a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And he will rest. And then it's over to the alien phase. So we flip the card again, move any aliens. There aren't any aliens. Actually, we've managed to clear them really well. And then we see how much this board's worth of aliens move. So it moves 6. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's 3 aliens under that one. So all of these are moving 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So. And then we got our favourite part, the spawning. So knowing our luck, they're all going to spawn on 2 now, just to make it awkward for everyone. So 1 on 4. We can survive with 1 on 4. And it says, reveal a card. So we look at a card. It's an equipment, so we put that back under the card, endurance. So it says if it was a weapon or a hazard, we do stuff, but otherwise it doesn't do anything else. And recycle a card, false alarm. Oh, that's brilliant. So we put a card here. So it's over to the hero phase. So the hero is going to go 1, 2, 3 and off the board. He can order 2 people, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and then these are all going to move off. And we've managed to win the game without losing a single member, which is actually the first time I've managed to do that, and it's on camera, so I'm really quite pleased with that. So we'll pop up and I'll give you my final thoughts on this game.